Welcome back to West Texas View.
Welcome back to the West Texas View. This is so much fun. In the break, I'm having so much fun visiting with these two girls. But Caitlin and Katie are cookie sales queens, because Caitlin sold the most cookies. She sold listen to me, 1,000 boxes of Girl Scout cookies last year. And you came in second, Katie, and how many did you sell?
She sold more than I did, but I came around like 1,100.
So you sold over 1,000. Oh my goodness, that is amazing. But each one of those boxes represents dollars into your local troop that you use then for supplies for your projects, whether you're learning how to paint, or you're learning how to cook at camp, or you're getting to go as a reward to Great Wolf Camp, or whatever you called it.
Great Wolf Lodge.
Great Wolf Lodge. So tell me how you prepare. How do you set goals? How do you say, I'm going to sell this many cookies this year?
We have this little goal chart that we usually take with us to cookie booths and all that, and every time we hit a certain amount, we fill it in.
But before you get to that, you say in your mind, I can sell X number of cookies.
Yes.
And so you set a goal each year, and then you usually always exceed it, don't you?
Then if we pass it, we set another goal.
Very good. Great, Caitlin.
I did learn the hard way not to, like the first time I sold cookies, I wanted to go to cookie camp, which is 500. To make a long story short, I only made to like 200.
Because that was your learning experience. You had to learn how to do it and what was important. But you also probably shed a lot of your timidity, and so you used to be afraid to go up to people and say, would you like a box of cookies? Because all you're doing is giving them an opportunity to buy if they want to. You're not trying to force it on them. And that's what you had to learn and assimilate in your mind, isn't it? And so now you set realistic goals, but if you exceed them, then you just set another goal and keep going. And so this year, what is your goal, Caitlin?
I don't know.
You haven't got to that point. Have you set your goal?
Yes, 900 boxes. I am not going for 1,000.
Okay, but you might reach 1,000. You might reach more than that.
Because
I've always, when Joni was a little girl, I always said, be realistic, because if you don't aim for the stars, you're not going to ever touch them. But you must aim high. And so don't sell yourself short. Don't be the kind who just settles for mediocrity. Okay, so now you're ready to go, and so what does your troop do in setting up your cookie sales? Do you say, all right, so many of us are going door to door with parents with us, and so many of us are going to stand in front of stores, or how do you set that up?
We do both. Sometimes we do both. Most of us who don't really go door to door don't. But sometimes we do booths. We just lost our favorite booth place this year. And we have different things that we do. Sometimes we have this, it's really challenging to do the cookie booths, especially since it's winter and...
But you also do, among your friends and at church and other places, you take orders and then deliver it. And so if anybody's watching this and nobody ever calls them and they would like to have some Girl Scout cookies, because everybody likes Girl Scout cookies, then they can call the number that's rolling across the screen, and they will send one of you to sell cookies to them, won't they? Good.
Send me.
Send me. Well, but there's a whole bunch of, tell me how many's in your troop.
There's Lisa.
Do you know how many approximately? You don't have to give me an
Maybe
exact.
like 5, I think.
5 in your troop. And so there's how many troops in Midland?
A lot.
A lot. Okay, good answer, good answer. So anyway, you've got probably 600 or 800 girls that will be selling cookies all over the city. And so you don't have any idea how many boxes of cookies will be sold all over Midland. we're going to have to talk to your your moms again, and they'll give us a little bit more information on that. But the bottom line is that you are really paying your own way for scouting. By selling the cookies, you're making sure that you've got a program. Now let's talk about some of the other things that we do with cookie sales. You have your father-daughter banquet, and you have your pop and what is that called?
Father-daughter weekend at Camp Matter Peak.
Okay, and that's called Pop and Princess. And then you have your technology programs where you learn a lot of your technology and how to use it. And then you're working on your badges, and you're working on your citizenship training and all of these other things. And that takes supplies and materials. And your leaders don't get paid for all the work, and I'll bet you your moms put in about anywhere from 20 to 40 hours a week just on Girl Scouting. And so all of this money then essentially goes right back to you and your programs. But there is a very small staff of Girl Scout administrators or management, and that is the office that is at 901 Dinger. And that's where you call to get, if you run out of cookies, you can go there and check out more cookies. And so tell me some of the things, and let's start with you, Caitlin. What are some of the things you've learned from your experience in selling cookies?
It's kind of like a competition, because like we want to sell more cookies than the other kids in our troop.
And so have you learned then how to do that? And that takes planning. It takes organization. What else does it take?
You have to like go out, and like when I go out and sell cookies, I have my sister, because like everybody almost buys from me because she's like so cute. And
so that is a sales strategy. You put your little cute sister out in front of you, and then everybody will certainly buy a cookie.
That's exactly what I want, siblings.
That's a cute idea. But it also takes self-discipline. And self-discipline is what a lot of people don't have, and personal responsibility, because you have to be able to say, I want to meet my goal, and so it's up to me. And so what have you learned?
I've learned that if someone, you have to learn how to be polite, and sometimes you have to stand up to your fears, because I used to be afraid of dogs. Until I met my friend Bailey has a bunch of dogs, and so.
And you were afraid even to talk to people probably in the very beginning.
I never had that problem.
That was not your problem. I should have known that. It is such a pleasure to visit with y'all, and we're going to come back and continue this program in just a minute. We'll be back in just a minute.
Stay tuned. West Texas View will be right back.